For ACUsports.com, I'm Grant Boone. As we talk a little Wildcat football here with head coach Ken Collins and junior defensive end Nick Richardson from Waco. So, Nick, couldn't have hardly had a better start to the season, right? I mean, you guys are 3-0 and things are blowing and going. Loss at Illinois State, FCS team, then the frustration against Tarleton State. Give me a sense, as you personally have felt it, and then what you've seen from the rest of your teammates trying to rebound from a couple of losses in a row.
Well, coming out at first, we knew that the first three teams on our schedule weren't going to be as tough as the later half of the schedule. So we knew that we had a lot to prepare for coming into Illinois State, and we knew that that was really our first D1 competition. So we went up there preparing for a dogfight, which is what we got. But I think certain aspects of the game we let slip out, and we didn't focus up enough. So we let that one slip, and then always with Tarleton, we're expecting a dogfight like the last 2 years, going up to their home field and even in Cowboy Stadium. The type of game that we had this year is the type of game that we always have with Tarleton. So I was pretty prepared for a dogfight, and I think most of the veterans were too. But we didn't make enough plays.
Now you guys turn your attention to another really good Division II team, and even though ACU is Division I, still, the majority of our roster, came from last year's team when we were Division II. So as you look at Pitt State, from what you've seen so far, what challenges do they pose? Well,
I've been on some film for a while, and I think they're a little bit bigger and a little bit more physical than the teams that we've faced in the past. But it's really nothing different. I believe if we stop the run, then it's going to be hard for any team to beat us, which is our main focus. We're going to get down there and play physical. It's up to the front seven, offensive line and defensive line, to get the job done.
Second year for you in that position change from linebacker to defensive end, and second year with Coach Darian Doolin. Give me a sense of your comfort level in that role and with Coach Doolin.
I've accepted being a defensive lineman by now, and I like it, to be frank. And the pass rush and the rushing, it's pretty simple for me, and I like it a lot.
Yeah, let's talk to your coach, Ken Collins, here. Pretty much anyone in the modern era who plays that position is going to be, compared to number 2, Aston Whiteside. And he began with a bang last year with 6 sacks in that first game against McMurray. I've seen the last couple of weeks, and maybe you can confirm or deny here, having seen the film, it seems to me that he's getting a lot of the Aston Whiteside treatment. Teams know that he's the playmaker on that front, and he's getting a lot of double teams and even some chipping from some backs as well. Give me kind of a Nick Richardson report card here through 5 games.
Well, the thing is people are fast starters, and then people are complete season guys. What he is doing this year is putting together. Now we're halfway through it, but he's putting together a complete season, and that's what you look for. Not a flash, not a this or that, but a guy that is going to be consistent every single week, that a team does have to prepare for. And if we were playing against Nick Richardson, we would have to have a plan for him, and because he's that kind of player. If a tackle sets wrong, or if he sets him up, or if Nick sets the guy up properly, there are times where he'll be by him and hitting the quarterback within 2 seconds. So he plays really, really hard, plays on all of our special teams, and he is a guy that is an easy guy to cheer for. He's an easy guy as a teammate, as a leader. You want him, and he's an easy guy to love. He's got a great heart, and he's constantly smiling. I'll hug him every now and then, probably not enough. You need to hug me when I need it. You know what I'm saying? Like right now.
Yeah, it goes both ways.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Yeah, oh yeah. But he's what you want, and we just got to get more guys like him.
Yeah. The old adage, in football, you want to stop the run and you want to run it. The other night, you had trouble at times doing both things. When you look back at the film against Tarleton State, what was the most frustrating part for you?
Well, a lot of times you want to be really careful with what you say after the game, because you don't really know. You don't know what happened. You can't diagnose all 11 guys every single play.
Sure.
But I kind of knew, you know what? All you got to do is get a couple more first downs by running the ball, and you have the game. All you got to do is stop the run a little bit more, and you force 1 or 2 more punts, and that's very frustrating. And if you cannot run the ball consistently, and you don't stop the run consistently, then what do you expect? You're going to struggle, and at best you're going to play a game down to the wire. But we've taken steps to fix that. We're changing the way that we're practicing a little bit just for tempo, energy, and it should pay off. We had a really good practice yesterday. Our guys are fired up, and we're about to go into Pittsburgh,
the jungle.
Kansas. That's right. There's going to be a sign, "Welcome to the jungle," and hey, Wildcats in the jungle too. We're going to throw our hat in the ring. We're going to go up there and get after it. But the thing is that is one of the most storied programs in college football. I don't care. Yeah, that's right. In at any level, when you mention college football and somebody says Pitt State, it's not like, who is that? What? I mean, people may not know where Pittsburgh, that's in Kansas, but they know Pitt State is a bona fide program, and so it's going to be a great atmosphere. There'll be little gorillas walking around all over the place, and it'll be fun.
And a couple of monkeys in the radio booth for your team, as you reminded me.
Yeah, a couple of baboons, I think.
Thanks.
In the radio group.
Hey, last thing, you talk about bona fide. They've got a bona fide NFL caliber player at linebacker, Nate Dreiling, and a bona fide NFL prospect in John Brown as a receiver. Each should give your opposing unit trouble, shouldn't they, if you don't play well?
Oh yeah, the problem is they don't have just those guys. They complement it, and those guys, and those guys do what they do best. They keep the John Brown in a groove, and with all three of their linebackers, they all can play every single linebacker. They know the defense. They're very knowledgeable. They're very instinctive as far as linebackers, and that just makes it tough. The problem is he's got a good defensive line in front of him, to keep people off of him, and that makes for a good defense. So we've got our work cut out for us, and but if we can go up there and protect the ball, run the ball effectively. You don't even have to run it great. Just run it effectively, and that's going to open up play action and some drop back stuff. Well,
their coach told me earlier today that ACU will be by far the best team that his team has seen so far. Pitt State's opposing teams' combined record is 2-14. This will be a great test for Pitt State. Should be a great test as well for the ACU Wildcats. It is a 2 p.m. kickoff. Lance Fleming and I will have the radio broadcast pregame show coming on the air at 1:30. Should be good football weather. They said 60 degrees and a little bit of rain in the air in that jungle.
Nice.
So we'll see. And we'll see you and talk to you from Pittsburgh, Kansas on Saturday. For Nick Richardson and for the Coach Ken Collins, I'm Grant Boone for ACUSports.com.